Good afternoon, folks. I just got a little project here that I want to show you. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I often have a camera on what I call the swamp, which you can see behind me here, because it covers a pretty good area when it's wet and it's becomes swampy, but when it's dry, it really becomes more like just a woodland pond. But anyway, I get a lot of wood duck action here, and for a while I've been wanting to put up wood duck nesting boxes for them to have a nice place to raise their brood. And being public land, I got with the local Fish and Wildlife folks, and I asked them for permission to do that, and they said I could. And not only that, they gave me 2 wood duck boxes to put up, so I really appreciate that. And I finally got around to getting out here. It's March 7th, and really I should have got out here earlier because I believe they may be nesting already, or at least have maybe found their nesting spots. So I may not get anything this year, but if not, they'll be in place for next year. So let me show you what I got. So here we are at the swamp, and so this is a tree that I normally have my camera on, and as you can see, the water is way up. It's been a very wet late winter, and so we've had quite a bit of water. And here is my wood duck nesting box, and so I have it placed where if we do get some nesting in there, hopefully the baby birds will jump out of there and be on my camera. That would be really cool. Now it's up there pretty good, and it was quite the ordeal getting that up there by myself. I used my climbing tree stand that you see there, and got it up there and fastened, and also some metal flashing below there for a predator guard to keep the raccoons and snakes from climbing up there and getting into the nest. I wouldn't have necessarily put it up quite that high, but this area had been flooded. Green River Lake is just about half to 3/4 mile from here in this direction, and it was built for flood control back in the 60s. And so when the water gets when it gets really wet and we get a lot of rain, they back up the lake to control water downstream from flooding communities down Green River. And so when that happens, as it did this year, the lake rises and expands dramatically. And so it came up 24 feet from what would be normal winter pool just about a week and a half ago. Now they've been letting it down since then, and it's dropped about 10 feet. As you can see here, this water would normally not be here. This is still the lake backed up, and it still has 14 feet to go to get down to normal winter level, and there normally would not be any water in here. Of course, this pond stays, but it is up a good bit higher than it normally is. And so, yeah, the water had been 10 feet higher than this. And so it basically had been up to right below where I have that nesting box right now. Right at the top of that flashing is what the water level had been about a week and a half ago. Yeah, it's crazy. You can see, maybe you can see here in the video, you should be able to see the water line out across the trees there on the other side of the water. So yeah, 10 feet up from where it is now. So I put the box up there to get it out of the flood area. Now it doesn't often get that high. I only remember it being that high maybe twice in the 20 years we have lived here. So, but it does get up some on a regular basis. Not this high, but anyway. I've got one more box to put up on a pond a little bit farther down the woods, and I hope to have some action in the future. Thanks for watching. All right, so now I have the second wood duck box installed, and this is the pond area where it's located at, and hopefully we'll get some residents in there. If not this year, then by around this time next year. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated on it if we get some residents take up in there.